Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Rift Reviews. Today we're going to review and play Minigame Party VR, a game on the Steam store for the Valve Index and the HTC Vive, released April 5th, 2016 by developer Scorns. It normally retails for 99 cents. It's currently on sale, 51% off, 49 cents during the Steam Summer Sale 2019. And yes, I bought it for that sale price just a few days ago. Do I recommend this game? It's a very tough call for me. This is one of those games that I really struggled on what rating to give it because it is such a low price and I have pretty low bar to cross when it comes to games that are 99 cents or under, as far as whether to at least give a neutral recommendation. And I thought about maybe giving a neutral recommendation for this game. But at the end of the day, I decided, I just can't give it a neutral recommendation. I didn't have any fun playing any of these minigames, and since I didn't have any fun, I just can't recommend this game, regardless of the low price. I'm going to give this game a 4.5 out of 10, and a lot of the reason why I didn't have fun was the physics for these games was just a little off, and it just made the experience feel clunky versus the smooth experience you'd expect, especially with these simple mini games that shouldn't be that difficult, but yet when you're actually playing them, they're just not a whole lot of fun. Now, this is a collection of 4 mini games. The most fun mini game is the sword swinging mini game, where you're swinging your sword and trying to cut down as many floating balls as possible during the given limited time. And some of the balls are small. I guess you get more points for taking those down, and some of them are bigger. The problem with that game is that there is no tactile response to your sword swing. So what I mean is, when you swing your sword and you cut down one of these spheres, one of these floating balls, you really can't tell from your motion controller. There's no tactile feedback on it. You can visually tell because you're looking at the ball from your headset. Sometimes you're swinging, you really can't see you cutting through the object. But that's the only real way you can tell that you've actually hit the object, is by looking at it, because there's no feel to it. There's no response whatsoever, whether a sound or whether some response on your motion controller, whether a buzz or whatever. The basketball minigame also didn't feel fun. I played a ton of basketball minigames in VR, and this one was just subpar. Again, the ball physics just didn't feel really good at all. It seems like you have to throw the ball pretty hard, and that makes it difficult to put a trajectory on the ball so it can go through the hoop. And for the most part, I could only aim at the nearest hoop. If I try to aim for the hoops that are farther away, I have to throw it too hard, and it goes like in a straight line, and therefore it'll just bounce off the rim or bounce off the backboard, because it doesn't have any trajectory to it in order to get into the basket. The next game, the gun range game, the target shooting game, the gun angles are wrong on the Oculus Rift. I don't know if that's the same problem on the HTC Vive or the Valve Index, but on the Oculus Rift, the touch controllers are not aligned properly with the handgun model, so it feels very uncomfortable shooting. You can't really aim correctly, and you have to constantly spam your trigger button to shoot these targets, and there's a lot of targets within a short amount of time, and so you're having to constantly click on your trigger finger, which can get a little uncomfortable over time. So this is one of those mini games that you're kind of glad it's over when it's over, because you get tired of just spamming the trigger finger with so many targets on the screen at the same time, and it's just not a lot of fun because of that. And plus, your gun angle is wrong, which makes it just not very pleasant to shoot. The last mini game was the hoop throwing mini game, where you throw the ball through the flying hoops in the air. And again, the ball physics for this didn't feel good. It just had like a little floaty feel to it. It's still hard to explain, but basically the ball never went exactly like I thought. And as you can see, I hit the rings a lot, but you don't get points for that. They actually have to go through inside, and I think it's kind of weird that you would be hitting the rings a lot versus them going through the hoops. So all in all, I didn't have fun with any of the mini games, so I just can't recommend this game. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 10. It was a close call for me, but without having any fun, I can't even say it's worth the 49-cent sale price. I'm Fast Lawyer. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.